Now, reports suggest that a seat next to ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa's table at the ruling party's gala dinner in Polokwane will cost a whopping 1.2 million rand. The event is an annual precursor to the party's January 8th celebrations and serves as a fundraiser for the governing party, which has struggled to pay its employees for the better part of the year. For a discussion on this, I'm joined by Professor Hanyane, a political analyst. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you. What's your reaction to this? I mean, reports are suggesting that you need to be a millionaire just to sit next to the president at this gala dinner.
Well, a very good morning to you. Good morning to your viewers. Yeah, it's a sign of desperation from a financial point of view of the majority party. I suspect it's one way of being bullish and aggressive at means of trying to keep up with the fiscus of the party, if not the purse. And every little initiative that's available out there, it's basically in the offering in terms of exploiting that. But this also tells us that invariably it's a way of trying to lay in potential business sponsors in one form or another. I don't think it has to do with the short-term possible establishment of relations between the party and potential sponsors and funders out there. It's more of saying, yes, we may be desperate, but at the same time, we want to bring in the big guns closer to us, and those big guns have big purse. They can afford to be with the president, and in a way, buy some influence within the ANC in terms of government business.
In laying in potential business by partners, sponsors, the timing of this so-called venture is one that would really be needing of a cash injection, especially as we know that the ANC staff members have gone without salaries for months on end.
Well, look, that's the background, isn't it? That's the reality that this party is faced with. It's faced with on a more broader scheme of things, a lack of modernization, putting in place systems and processes that will ensure that the party will sustain itself at least between 30 to the next 50 years or so. And all of this is aimed at organizational consolidation. I haven't seen any movement in this regard to say it's a party of the 21st century. There is a need to use technology, but more so to make sure that the use of resources, in particular finances or capital, it's done prudently and of course aimed at sustaining the party. One issue that you've touched on, and that is not being able to pay staffers, is a worrying factor, which my understanding would basically mean that the books in Luthuli House are in bad shape. And it will take radical decisions to bring everything in order, notwithstanding some of the legal cases that this party is faced with, which has or have legal implications as well as financial implications going forward.
Now, as the governing party prepares to celebrate its 110th birthday, there are many challenges that perhaps some crucial decisions that will need to be made as they come together to discuss a roadmap of the party's future, especially considering the outcome of the local government elections.
It's going to be difficult, yeah? At the center of it, obviously, it's the issue of the quality of leadership that the party is somewhat experiencing now. I think given the fault lines within the party based on factionalism, there will be a faction that will want to see the president's head. They would want to see heads roll. Already there is this frenzy of wanting to challenge the Deputy President, Didi Mabuza. If you look at the likes of Mr. Mamabulo from Limpopo, and of course a candidate from Eastern Cape, already raising their hands to say there seems to be a gap. They're willing to contest for that. That in itself, it may very well be a worrying factor to say, where is the confidence that this party, in terms of rank and file, should express towards its leadership? Is the top six not divided? These are some of the issues that I think come 2022, the ANC will be seized with, starting from the January 8th meeting statement, going forward to the NCG, and then, of course, the conference in December. These will be highly contested issues that, in a sense, will begin then to shape politics within the ANC.
How much of an impact do you think the final report from the State Capture Commission of Inquiry will have on perhaps some of the chess moves that need to be made by the ANC?
But I'm anticipating there will be a seismic movement of some kind of an earthquake, if you want to equate it to something, some kind of phenomena out there. Already some of the leaders within the party have somewhat been implicated. If you go back to some of the individual anecdotal references of the testimonies that were submitted before the commission, you will then understand that it's okay to anticipate that some of the leaders may very well find themselves in murky waters. It may very well challenge the status quo from a leadership perspective of the ANC, given, of course, the damning evidence, the depth and the degree of it that may point fingers at certain sitting leaders as things stand. And I don't think the measures within the ANC, for instance, the resolution of step aside, will offer some kind of leeway, especially to those that are implicated. I think from an organizational point of view, the ANC has lost an opportunity to come forth, be radical, be aggressive in terms of renewal, rebuilding the party. It seems the rhetoric of all these issues and resolutions raised may very well continue until such time that the entire leadership, if there is something left in terms of appetite and energy to change things, might do things differently, which I doubt. It seems it's only the president who has somewhat of an appetite, but he's a loner in any case. And let's accept that Nasrec did not give him that power to actually do things the way he wants to do, and in a sense surrounded by less than supportive members, who some of them to date have been found wanting.
Absolutely. Some thought-provoking discussions there by Professor Barry Hanyane, political analyst, giving us a sense on his take as the ANC Gala dinner guests are set and reportedly will be paying 1.2 million rand to sit next to President Cyril Ramaphosa.